Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Losers Lounge podcast. It's 2025. It's February. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And welcome to the talk for NXT Vengeance Day. Although technically the premium live event is called WWE Vengeance Day now. They're basically just taking the NXT thing off the name. But hey, don't worry about it, folks. It's still an NXT exclusive premium live event. Or is it, considering the fact that we got main roster people on here? We'll get to that in a second, but as you guys found out from the Royal Rumble, we have new members here. So bring in the members of the Losers Lounge podcast. First off, please welcome the one and only Heel Balor.
For the wonderful introduction, Mr. Maracle, my brother, my confidant, my fellow loser. I'm low the weather today because of the stupid rain. So if I mute or some of that, if I go all sniffly and stuff, ladies and gentlemen, you will know why. But you didn't really think I missed an NXT show. Come on now. I'm excited to talk about it. I can't wait. Let's do it.
Exactly. So, Willie, how about you introduce the next loser?
Okay, all right. Without any further ado, he is the fellow loser himself. He is my friend, our brother, the one and only Steve.
It still blows my mind to be on here as a full-time loser. Thank you once again. We're back. We're going to be sticking around. And it's that time of the year. It is WWE PLE weekend. You can't have one of those without the Losers Lounge podcast, with tradition. So, hope you guys enjoy the show and hope you guys enjoy, us talking about it.
Yep. And how about this, Steve? You introduce the next one. We'll go for each one who's getting introduced, they will introduce the next loser.
All right, bringing on my fellow loser here. He is a man of many words. He is a man with many, analytics. The man who always comes prepared, who's here early as the clock at his time. Please welcome Mr. MGB TYLORE.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing fantastic on whatever day or time you're watching this episode on. I'm personally doing pretty all right myself. Just been enjoying life as it is and that kind of thing, getting back into the streaming and all that jazz. But yeah, Vengeance. Well, Vengeance Day, but I still call it Vengeance because, I don't know, old man me just thinks that having it just be Vengeance is just cooler. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what this show has to bring because, I mean, come on, it's NXT. You know they don't miss. So very much. I am very keen for this show. Absolutely. Like, seriously, it is going to be so good. But, well, that's enough from me at the minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you, he is a man of many mysteries, I'd say. But I'd say he is one of the most badass members of the group officially now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Skull King, Beast Mode 9000.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it feels good to be back here on the Losers Lounge podcast, but I believe it's my first official NXT show on the podcast, but it is also my first official podcast as an official member. That's a lot of officials. I'm like Tony Khan saying great fucking 5 million times. It is my first official podcast as an official member of the Losers Lounge. I have been a fan of the podcast for years. And to be A, an optimistic Hall of Famer, B, a guest on the Losers Lounge, and now C, a member of the podcast itself. That's like the Holy Trinity right there. I am over the moon. I feel like I'm on cloud 9, maybe cloud 10. Clown 10? Cloud 10. You know what I meant. Pennywise style. Sure, we're going to roll with clown 10.
Hey, there's a show coming out for Pennywise this year, so it fits.
Hey, man, it does fit. That's crazy. You know what also fits is the fact that this is coming out on Valentine's Day. This podcast is coming out on Valentine's Day. My birthday is the day after. Vengeance Day is on my birthday. And TYLORE was talking about old man him, thinking that, oh, man, I like to call it Vengeance. Man, I still call it Takeover. That's my shit. It is Takeover Vengeance Day, and the Losers Lounge is taking over today.
All right, we have
Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the next official member of the Losers Lounge podcast. He is the one, He is the only. He is one of the biggest Godzilla fans I know. It is Leo the Phenom.
Really put the bass in your voice there, didn't you?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I need a fucking lozenge now.
Yeah, I got you a couple Ricolas.
Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be back. And after the news that came from the Royal Rumble, I'm just happy to once again be on another podcast just to talk about wrestling with my friends because it's just what we love to do. Like, what's better than getting your friends together to talk about the thing you all love?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Oh, well, actually, there could be a few things, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. And now, let's get to our other man. He is one of my good friends. He is a man who has been crying since Sunday because his precious Eagles won the Super Bowl. Please welcome the one and only KESHAWN, a.k.a. Black Negan himself.
Hello, everybody, and what Leo just said is strings true. It rings true, because legit, on the day of this release, Friday, February 14th, it has been 5 days, since my team, the Philadelphia Eagles, walked right in to Louisiana and put belt to ass on the Kansas City Frauds. They thought they were going to three-peat. We went up in there, we was like, nope. And I'm not going to lie.
Your hand good, mate?
And I'm not going to lie. Yeah, my hand's fine. And I'm not going to lie. Up until Tuesday, I haven't slept. And to the Eagles fans out there, and everyone there that lives in the Philadelphia area, based on whatever time this comes out on Friday, be it 11:30 or 2 o'clock, if you're either heading to the parade or you're currently at the parade or you went to the parade, I hope you stay safe and you enjoyed it. You enjoyed this history.
Yeah. And of course, well, I'll be honest, I like the idea that we each introduce someone, rather than me always introducing everybody. It makes sense that everybody now, as losers, take turns. We each interact with one another as if we're one connected line. I like it. Connect the line together. We're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, also, speaking of staying safe, tell me to stay safe because, oh my god, I just got a notification on my phone. I'm about to be in the midst of a winter storm. Ha
Get your ass down here to Florida. It's nice 80 degrees.
I'll be down in
It
the...
already snowed last night for me.
I mean,
it's like 3 inches of snow outside.
Yeah, I'll be down in
I'm
DC.
really not shocked, man. Like around my birthday, shit, we usually get a winter storm here. So, man, yeah, it's gonna blow down from Canada and hit parts unknown here real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down in DC next week. However, folks, it's not gonna be for the event we're talking about. Oddly enough, NXT Vengeance Day is taking place in Washington DC at the Care First Arena, and small venue, but let's be honest, that's what we're kind of expecting here. And of course, we have 6 matches to discuss here. As always, we go non-title matches, and then we do the title matches. Let's start with this match. This is Javon Evans going one-on-one with All Ego Ethan Page. And I figured, folks, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, you saw the thumbnail to this? I just want to say, that's from TYLORE. He's really good at making these things. And here's the thing, everybody else might contribute to making other things with this podcast, so you might see some changes every now and then. Something to consider. But I'll start with you, TYLORE. Indeed, your thoughts on Javon Evans versus All Ego Ethan Page.
Okay, so this is definitely an interesting story that they're telling here with this. Of course, as we all remember, just a few months back, Javon Evans and Ethan Page started their little beef sort of thing, but it reached a bit of a crescendo point when, oh, I don't know, Ethan Page looked like he lost his smile, but, oh, wait, he was playing to us, and he broke Javon's jaw. So, yeah, that ain't good. That very much ain't good. And ever since then, Javon has been on a quest to get cleared. And somehow, some way, he's managed to get himself cleared in time for this matchup. And, well, now that that is the case, Ava's over here like, yeah, I think we need to make sure that WWE doesn't get sued for this. So she had to put in a clause in the contract for this match where WWE is null and void of any related injuries to this contest, which, you know, funny thing is, when it was first announced, I thought they were announcing an unsanctioned match, because that's the kind of thing you would expect them to do for an unsanctioned match, but nah, it is technically still a sanctioned match, so there's not going to be any real weapon play in this match. It's going to be your flippy shit, which, you know what, I love the sounds of that, because Javon Evans has been fantastic ever since his arrival to NXT, and honestly, he's become one of my new favorites on that roster, so I'm definitely keen about that. And, well, I mean, considering what Ethan Page did, I mean, what do you expect from Ethan Page? He's the kind of guy who's willing to take things to the limit. And, well, it's a very northern type offense there. See what I did there? But, look, in all seriousness with this contest, I'm definitely intrigued to see how it plays out. And I think for this one, because I imagine this is going to lead to another match in the near future, I think I'm going to go with Ethan Page for this one. I think it just makes the most sense for Ethan to get the win here to lead to a match at Stand and Deliver. I feel like that's like, it's a safe option, but, you know, sometimes it's good to go with the safe option. But, yeah, I think very much Ethan Page is going to get the dub. So, yeah.
Yep, seems like we're going to be in for a hell of a time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to KESHAWN. What's your thoughts on Javon Evans versus All Ego Ethan Page? And by the way, yes, I like saying it like that because it's funny. And because people think that I'm Ethan Page.
He is.
Shut up.
I know he is.
And that's for me. But when it comes to this match, yeah, this rivalry has been pretty fucking wild. And of course, Javon Evans, he's over here being all like, yo, be like, listen, Paige, you hurt my jaw. I'll make you feel like pain. And he's like, and Ethan's over here like, I'm just gonna fucking obliterate your mouth. Pause. If you try to come near me, and he tried, and he did it again. Cedric Alexander, he broke his. No, I'm not gonna say that because I don't want you to get age restricted. He broke his self-pleasuring hand, and effectively kicked him out of NXT. And with this, I feel like I have to go with Ethan Page, aka Christian's clone. And to everyone, because I've seen a lot of people say that Ethan Page with all this fucking breaking of the bone shit that he's doing to everybody. To people, I've been hearing people say that he's been going too far, but like a former UFC fighter used to say, if you're not willing to go too far, you're never gonna go far in life. Shout out to Chael Sonnen. So for me, I'm gonna be the douchebag, and I'm gonna go with Ethan Page.
All right then. I also think it should be Ethan Page as well. Former NXT champion. Yeah, matter of fact, Ethan Page sets the record for, fastest superstar to go from his debut to winning the NXT championship. Fun fact. Kevin Owens used to hold on to that record. And now, ladies and gentlemen.
How long did it take him? Like a month?
Well, how long did it took Kevin Owens for 2 months, and for Ethan Page, a month and a half.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. He could have won in his first match at the Battleground, but hey, it's all good. Anyways, next one. Steep, your thoughts on Javon Evans versus Ethan Page?
Oh, I absolutely love the rivalry they've been having. Ethan's one of those guys. You give him anything, he rolls with it. You know, he can turn anything into a masterpiece. You know, we saw the whole thing where he baited us all into, you know, thinking that, you know, he was turning good, and, you know, and then did all that just to do that swerve on Javon. And Javon's an incredible wrestler to watch, and he's also very charismatic. And, you know, I do have Ethan Page winning this just because of, you know, to further everything that he has going on. But yeah, I think it's a great build, and I think, you know, both guys are doing great with one another. There's incredible chemistry between the two, you know, both in the ring and just the build itself.
All right. Leo, you're next, man. Your thoughts on Javon Evans versus All Ego, Ethan Page.
Yeah, it's been a really good build. I've enjoyed Ethan Page's work and how slimy he can be, even if he got slapped on the ass by The Rock.
Slimy and slapped on the ass. Wow.
Damn.
Hey, keep your mind out of the gutter.
I was about to ask where your mind was. Continue.
Anyway, I expect this to be a pseudo squash match of Ethan Page just destroying Javon, with Javon getting his licks in towards the end. But in the end, I expect the winner to be Ethan Page.
Wow.
But it will build to either another match, if not at Roadblock, then at Stand and Deliver, where they'll have probably a stipulation, and that's where Javon could probably get his win back, and build up to Ethan Page most likely getting called to the main roster, because I think he's good enough to be put up there now.
Speaking of course, folks, we had reports of Roadblock. Indeed, WWE Roadblock is going to be at the theater in Madison Square Garden on March 11th, the day after Monday Night Raw is there. So if you're going to Monday Night Raw in Madison Square Garden, you may want to consider stopping by a second night, NXT Roadblock, taking place on that time. And as for Stand and Deliver, holy crap, it starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, which means it's ending like only 2 hours or something before WrestleMania starts. This is the closest they've ever been. And I'm like, how the hell are they going to do that?
You better get running from the T-Mobile Arena to all the way to Allegiant Stadium in less than 2 hours.
And it's fucking Las Vegas. There's no chance of doing that. And besides, a lot of people prefer to, rest up a little bit before we get started to WrestleMania.
That's why I've suggested that Stand and Deliver be put in one of the days before WrestleMania, not the morning of.
Or at least put it at noontime or 11 a.m.
I think Thursday would have been a better day to do it, but hey, what do I know? I'm not a promoter.
You know a few things. All right. Heel Balor, your thoughts on Javon Evans versus Ethan Page?
They're enjoying what they've been doing in the storyline, especially with Ethan Page losing his smile, quote unquote. It's been a very big change for him since he became the NXT champ and then lost it. He's been, beating the living shit out of Javon Evans. I'm there with Lou as well. I do think this will be a squash. I'm going to go with Ethan Page. I think he's going to annihilate this dude. I think he's going to finish the job, and then Javon will get his legs back in when he defeats him in the rematch, and I'll send Ethan up from the main roster. So I'm going to go with Ethan Page.
Alrighty, and finally, the member of the Losers Lounge who was not here the last time we were here, Beast Mode, your thoughts on Javon Evans versus Ethan Page?
Man, that's interesting that Will and Leo think it's going to be a squash. I don't think it's going to be a squash. I've got a really competitive match going here. I say give them 20 minutes, let them go ham. I honestly kind of want it to be the opener, because goddamn that shit would fucking slap. Part of me does want Javon to go over, but it's not gonna happen, isn't it? They're definitely gonna have another rematch. I want to see them maybe doing like an unsanctioned match, probably a Stand and Deliver. That shit would be fucking awesome. But I definitely do have the love child of Christian and Sock Monkey Mike. Shouts out Sock Monkey Mike. Ethan Page going over here.
All right.
Before we move on, Steve. Hey, Steve, I guess you can say with everything that that Ethan Page did to Devon Evans, Devon Evans now has mischief on his mind.
Shut up. Stop it.
Damn. I understood that reference.
Woke up in the
Here,
morning.
that's enough. Shush. That's enough out of you. Right. Back, Sean.
All right, then. Folks, we're going to move on to the next match. And while this is another non-title match, it's also a strap match. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddy Thorpe versus Trick Williams. And no, folks, it's the strap match where you win by pinfall or submissions, not the one where you touch four corners. At least I think it's that. At least I think that's the case.
Oh, they're going to be touching something. It's not going to be 4 corners, but they're going to be touching something with those straps.
Indeed.
Sorry,
It's
Devon.
KESHAWN's favorite. It's KESHAWN's favorite activity when it comes to bedtime.
Oh, you haven't either. I may right now have a strap. It is somewhere on my dresser somewhere.
On the dresser or tied up in the closet.
It could be on someone.
It's a certain instrument that lands with the number 3. Anyways,
Folks, strap matches are pretty cool. I won't lie. I enjoy when they differentiate from one version of the strap match to the other. Although my personal favorite, I always enjoy here's the thing, I'm a sucker for enjoying the four corners one because I always looked at it as a race compared to an actual like hardcore match or shit like that.
Yeah, like a one fall to infinity, yeah.
Yeah, it's a race. I enjoy a good race. So, Beast Mode, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on Trick Williams versus Eddy Thorpe?
Man, so I honestly have never been a huge Eddy Thorpe fan. Like, he's always been cool, yeah. Since he joined NXT, I've always kind of been a little, not on the fence about Eddy Thorpe, but just, he hasn't been my favorite guy to watch. But, man, when he turned heel, though, like, there's a different fire in his eyes, and I fuck heavy with it. I think Eddy Thorpe should stay heel, and I think that he should also get the win here against Trick Williams.
Did you just say fuck heavy with it?
Yeah, dude.
Do I want to know?
Well, there is going to be a lot of strap on strap action in this one.
Hey, man.
You know what? It's Valentine's Day. Love is in the air.
Hey, man, you know, there's going to be, like you said, Valentine's Day, love's in the air. Get some kinky with it, Lisa Ann style. So, like,
if you're not going to get kinky, yeah, it's like if you're not going to get kinky with it, then I would suggest you get Captain America with it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Put a red light in there. Put on a little red light. Put down some rose petals. Light some candles.
That's true. Yeah, I'd like to see Eddy Thorpe win. Fucking, like, have his new fucking heel run like culminate with a W over Trick. That'd be dope. I don't think it's gonna happen. I would like to see it happen, but I don't think it will. Part of me thinks Trick's gonna fucking hit the trick shot knee when they're all fucking, like, obviously they're gonna have the straps on and fucking Trick's gonna hit the trick shot knee and it's gonna be over. It's fine. It's gonna be whatever. But I would like to see Eddy Thorpe get the win. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I will gladly be proven wrong and eat my words about it. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Folks, you can't see this, but we are so shocked at everything.
Hey, man, you know what? Fucking... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Anyways, continuing on, moving on, though. Really good analogy on that. Heel Balor, I'll put you next on the spot. What's your thoughts on Eddy Thorpe versus Trick Williams in the strap match?
You know, Eddy Thorpe's new change in character has been very fun. You know, myself and Steve have been talking about this the past few weeks. You know, you can lend your voice if you want to, my friend. He's really been coming into his own as a talent, and Johnny's challenged the NXT Championship, and he's been getting that heat, which is really good. He's getting the heat that, you know, people like him, you know, he's a heel, and he's doing this job very, very well, in my opinion, and he's earned this stuff, and I do think he's a future NXT North American and future NXT champion down the road. Dude, he has the skills to do it. Trick Williams, he's there. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Trick Williams at all. But I will give him this whole storyline with what they've been doing here has been pretty good. He's been showing. He's not really the good old guy that's here to have fun anymore. He's very serious, and that's kind of what I've been seeing out of him these past few months, especially when he became the NXT champion. That's what I wanted to see, But we're getting it now with this feud with Eddy Thorpe. This honestly go either way. I'm going with Eddy Thorpe to get the win on this one. And I think, it's not going to be over. I do think it's going to be a very competitive match with lots of brutality involved. And I'm going to have Eddy Thorpe pick up the win. But I don't think the rivalry is far from over, but Eddy Thorpe's going to win.
All right. Steve, what's your thoughts on Eddy Thorpe versus Trick Williams?
I want to say I absolutely love Eddy. I've been asking for him to win, the North American title, the NXT title, ever since he got to NXT. Went back and seen some of his work in Japan. Shout out, Sock Monkey Mike, fellow loser who has known Eddy longer, who's kind of taught me about Eddy. Trick, I'm not going to give too much on Trick because I'm not in the large portion of people who, see a lot in him. I think he's doing a lot better now than when he first started as that, the guy who came out and was, chanted along with Booker T. But, this is the side of Trick that I've kind of been waiting for ever since he broke away from Melo. But, as a fan of mine, biasly, I'm going with Eddy Thorpe.
All right. Hey, Sean, what about you? What are your thoughts on the strap match with Eddy Thorpe and Trick Williams? Using your strap that they took from you, by the way.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that back. That it has not my. That's the strap that I had fucking 9 tails on it.
That's got sentimental value, bro.
Exactly, man. Like that's special to me. But for me, I'm loving what Eddy Thorpe is doing, being a fucking cunning little cunt as of late. When he tricked everyone into thinking that he got attacked, but then he was like, yeah, by the way, no one attacked me. I just staged, so I didn't have to compete in that Iron Survivor challenge. And he was just like, and they was like, oh, you motherfucker, you. And then people are complaining because of who's in the match, and I'm like, don't even go there. Don't go there. And with Trick, I'm loving how serious he is, especially after losing his title and fucking pretty much about to get fucking brutalized by Obafemi. God, I don't want to see that, but it's gonna happen anyway. But I gotta say, I'm loving how serious he is, especially a couple of weeks ago when he slapped the dog shit out of fucking Wesley. God damn, he put some fucking pepper on that shit. But as far as who I think is gonna win, give me Trick.
Alrighty.
That's gonna be my pick. Trick is gonna do the Eddy Thorpe what a wise man once said. Not the wise man, but a wise man. He's about to beat his ass and have the Bible of God watching.
Trick Willie. Alright. And now, folks, Leo the Phenom, your thoughts on the strap match between Eddy Thorpe and Trick Williams?
I've been enjoying this heel side of Eddy Thorpe. At first I wasn't the biggest fan of him. I liked his in-ring style. I enjoyed some of his work. Some of his matches were good, but in the last couple of months, I've really warmed up to him, especially this whole pseudo rivalry he was having with Ava, just wanting an opportunity, and then after getting screwed over a bunch of times, he's like, no, you know what? No, screw you. I'm gonna take the easy way out. And I loved it. I loved it. And now that he's been coming out with his big, long leather belt, I think this match fits perfectly. Though, I am a little disappointed on one thing.
What is that?
Considering Eddy Thorpe's background, this shouldn't have just been any strap match.
Ooh.
This should have been a Yappa Pie Indian strap match, dude, brother.
Shut the hell up.
Dear
Black
no.
Oh my God.
crackling
Shut
raw.
the little.
This just got weird.
He's doing the Hogan promo.
He's doing a Hulk Hogan
Grandmaster number one.
Oh my god. Folks, we here at the Losers Lounge do not endorse Hulk Hogan.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Not a win.
Oh my
Oh
God.
Yo,
I
fuck,
hate
fuck
you
the
so much
fight
right
dude
now.
strap match. This shit's done.
Oh my god, that
I
was
hate
awesome.
Oh,
so much
WCW.
right now.
Try to get to whipping like you're the final boss.
All right.
But in the I'm gonna say that Eddie Thorpe's gonna get the win by fluke, and then that will lead to a rematch, probably a roadblock, or even stand and deliver if they want to take it that far.
All right.
And that will lead to Trick getting his win back.
All righty. And finally, of course, Tylore, your thoughts on the strap match.
Ah, man, I'll tell you, Eddie Thorpe, once a DJ who was just partying and having a bit of fun, now he's a man on a mission to get what is rightfully his, and that is the NXT Championship. But in his way is, well, Trick Williams, who has been pretty damn good over the last year or so. Like, seriously, think about it. This time last year was when we saw the betrayal from Mello. So, very much, this story of Trick Williams getting into the main event scene sort of thing, it's basically lasted a whole year. This whole solo run, which, not gonna lie, that's actually pretty impressive. But, to be honest, I'm pretty intrigued about this matchup myself. Like, we haven't really seen, like, a strap match in a few months, sort of thing, but you know what? Everyone likes a good strap match. I like a good strap match. You like a good strap match. Everybody likes a strap match. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun one, and I'm pretty intrigued to see how this plays out. In terms of who wins here, well, considering what we're probably about to be building to over the remaining, through the next few months before Stand Deliver, I'm going to go with Trick Williams for this one. I think this is the match to heat up Trick Williams for his inevitable match with Obafemi, most likely at Stand Deliver. So, yeah, I'm going to say Trick Williams on this one.
That's true, yeah. I concur.
Yeah, concur indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, and now we move on to the championship matches. What's that?
Before we move on, I have to correct a mistake that I made at the Stand and Deliver at WrestleMania podcast a few almost a year ago. Remember when I said that the whole whoop that trick thing came from the movie Hustle and Flow? It actually came out in 2005, not 2008.
Huh.
Right.
I guess we learn something new every day.
Yeah, I fucked up. That was on me.
Don't worry. I guarantee with the new editions of the Losers, the actual WrestleMania week itself podcast, the season 8 premiere is going to be wild.
Oh God, it is.
So make sure to bring in everything you got and more. I'll be really quick, folks. When it comes to the WrestleMania week podcast, as always, you guys will see it as one, but we will be filming it over the course of 2 days, kind of like our WrestleManias, filming over the course of 2 days. And that's mostly because it's either that or we're stuck sitting around for 5 to 6 hours.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to move on to the championship matches. We got 4 titles on the line at Vengeance Day. We're going to start things off with this. The NXT Tag Team Championships. Nathan Frazier and Axiom taking on Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yoshiki Inamura. Anyways, folks. Yep. Can we all agree on something? Fraxium has been, without a doubt, one of the greatest tag teams in NXT history.
1,000,000%.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. Fraxium is one of the greatest tag teams in NXT history.
That's my fucking boys. Keep going.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I figured they would do great as a team when they first started. I did not think they would run to the lengths that they have been. Whether they've been champions or haven't been champions, they've been putting on amazing banger matches, stuff that is very memorable, and things to really look back on as well. So the fact that they were able to do that kind of gave me vibes to when the Undisputed Era was constantly putting on those tag team bangers on takeover events.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Good times. Damn right.
So just imagine if it was
Undisputed.
so just imagine if it was Undisputed Era versus Fraxium.
Dude,
Jeff,
okay,
right.
so I'm gonna take a quick, like, all right, sidebar. If I could fucking Doctor Strange this shit and go back and fucking take Fraxium back with me for a takeover, and it was takeover, I don't give a fuck, Fraxium versus the UE for the NXT tag titles, bro, dude, that,
Please.
when you talk about dream matches, there are a couple dream matches, okay, that I have personally. One is the 4 Pillars of Heaven of All Japan being in a fucking Fatal 4-Way. That shit would slap. Another one is a 3-way dance between Sandman, Raven, and fucking Terry Funk. The other one is that fucking NXT tag match.
I did not think I would hit Beast right in his horny spot, but I found it.
Dude,
Found his G. I
man,
found
oh,
Beast.
son
I
of
found
a bitch.
Beast G spot, folks. I found the G spot.
You found the B spot. That's
Don't
crazy.
you-
Yeah.
Beast is over here. It's like that Futurama meme. Shut up and take my money.
Yes,
Most
dude, absolutely. Fucking smack my wall on the table. God damn it.
Most people can't find the G spot.
I found
Kenny G
it.
can't.
I found Beast, and I wasn't even looking. All right. Well, anyways, yeah, we could be on the verge of yet another tag team banger here because, well, I gotta tell you, Josh Briggs has been doing quite well ever since, he's been, well, let's just say he's been doing amazing stuff since, July, and even beyond that. Although some people thought that he was gonna really amount to nothing and then get released. Thankfully, of course, he wasn't among those who were recently released. Folks, spring cleaning happens. And, there's always positives, there's always negatives. On the positive side, they're not being held back, and they have a chance to go out other places. That's also a negative because we don't see them in WWE anymore. But hey, look on another positive side, NXT's got Ricky Starks now.
Yeah.
So,
Which I will say, this much, I'm surprised how they didn't have him make his debut at Vengeance Day, but here's what it is. It's still badass though to have him in NXT finally.
mhm.
Especially when he showed up so quick after he became a free agent. Like, that was quicker than when fucking Kendrick Lamar dropped Meet the Grams after Drake dropped Family Matters. God, I wish we could go back to relive that beef over the summer.
Anyway. Okay, I will admit that was a funny reference. All
Thank
right. KESHAWN, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on the NXT Tag Team Title Match?
Oh man, this match. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this match because they don't know, because most people, including some people, including me, don't really know who that Japanese dude is. But I've seen a few highlights of his, and after what I've seen, call me crazy, call me a cuckoo go nuts. Yeah, that's
you're
right. I said go
crazy.
nuts.
You're crazy and cuckoo.
But I feel something in my bones is telling me that this match might be a hidden gem on the show.
Ooh.
I don't know exactly what it is, but something is telling me that this match could be a hidden gem on the show. Do I think it's going to be match of the night? Not necessarily, but this match might get a lot of people's attention that aren't paying attention to it. But in conclusion, I have to say, I got Fraxium winning.
All right. TYLORE, what was your thoughts on the NXT Tag Team Title Match?
Man, I am very excited for this matchup, especially with, well, I don't think anyone expected this to be the direction we were going with for the NXT Tag Team Title Match, but you know what? I love the direction we're going in for this match. Josh Briggs and Yoshiko Inamura, honestly, they've been one of the best tag teams in NXT currently. They're really good. They are really damn good. I mean, for those people who never really watched Pro Wrestling Noah, which, fair enough, I don't really keep up with Noah myself even, but very much. Inamura has been a highlight of NXT ever since his arrival. Like, he's been just fantastic to see how this all plays out and what this could lead to in the future. Maybe even for Briggs and Inamura to get a GHC tag team title run in the future. But that's a matter for the future. But goddamn has Fraxium been so good. Like, Fraxium are honestly one of my favorite tag teams at this point. Like, they are so damn good. And seriously, they've been showing up on NXT. They've been showing up on TNA. Like, I'm intrigued to see where it goes from here for Fraxium. And honestly, I've got Fraxium winning this match, but bold prediction going into Stand and Deliver, I could see the match at Stand and Deliver being Fraxium versus the Hardys. I absolutely could see that being the match that they'll do for Stand and Deliver, because come on, it's Stand and Deliver. You need a big-time match. Why not do Hardys versus Fraxium there instead of having it at a TNA pay-per-view sort of thing? So, yeah, but yeah, I got Fraxium winning this match. But yeah, I think it's going to be one of the best matches on the card.
Indeed. And honestly, since you mentioned TNA, I wouldn't be shocked if TNA definitely has a great representation for WrestleMania week for Stand and Deliver, since they got this new deal going in. So keep that on a possibility. Leo, your thoughts on the NXT Tag Team Title Match?
I don't have much to say. I expect this to be kind of a sleeper hit of the show, because Fraxium has really been one of the greatest tag teams in the history of NXT. Every single match they've had has just been a banger, and I expect them to retain, but expect a great match nonetheless.
Yep. Did you say you were rooting to win?
Yeah, Fraxium.
All right, I had to make sure of that. All right, so Steve, your thoughts now on the NXT Tag Team Title Match?
I will say the build of this said match hasn't been like the most eye captivating, but nonetheless, it is going to be one that delivers. Fraxium's one hell of a tag team, and Josh Briggs and his partner have been doing well for the time that they've been here. So yeah, I'm just go with Fraxium retaining.
All right, Heel Balor, your thoughts on the NXT Tag Team Title Match?
Fantastic.
I agree. You made great points there.
Yeah, Sting, I agree.
All right, Willie, we can't hear you. Oh, there you are.
There he is.
There we go.
Let's try this. Okay, we'll try. Yeah, folks, we'll just pretend that never happened. But it's okay. Continue what you were saying. Here's the thing: we speak silent language, so we understood what he said at first, but the audience may not know what you said. So go ahead and repeat what you had said.
Let me try not to stroke the ego of my favorite tag team in NXT, Fraxium. Like, those are my boys. And what you said at the beginning of the show, beginning of this match, Christian, potentially, like, the dream match, like, I wish they were still around. Undisputed Fraxium, like, please, like, the black and gold fanboy and myself would love that. That'd be so much fun. And I'm sure a lot of my friends here can agree with that. That'd be fucking awesome. Like, please. But that's my only dream. But honestly, Fraxium have been killing it with this tag title. I know a lot of people are like, oh, who are they losing the tag titles to? Honestly, I have no idea who's beating these guys, because nobody's been able to since they won the Straps bag. And but they've been killing it. Josh Briggs has been on a roll, and his partner's been on a roll too. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name because I'm probably getting it wrong. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm very excited for this.
Try it.
Crimea. There you go. I think this is his name. Right? Is that it? I don't know. I fucked it up. But give me a sleeper hit, just like KESHAWN said. I have Fraxium retaining.
All right.
Can't wait.
And finally, Beast Mode, your thoughts on the NXT Tag Team Title Match? Assuming you have calmed down from that crazy ass orgasm.
Yes. Yeah, I had wicked
Man
fucking
squirted from his
nerdgasm, bro. Goddamn.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I agree with Steve that the build to this match has not been the best. But it is gonna deliver the match itself. Inamura came in, and I haven't followed Noah a lot. I used to follow it a little more back in my younger years in high school, but like I never have followed Noah a lot recently. So I was like kind of like who is Inamura, and then I like looked up some of his matches from Noah, and I'm like, oh, this dude rules. So like I'm glad he's here now. I'm not really a fan of Josh Briggs or Brooks Jensen. I just don't get it. But I do like their tag team dynamic of with Inamura and Briggs. But I do think that A, yes, it's going to be a sleeper hit, this fucking match, and B, I got Fraxium retaining. I also agree with TYLORE that, yeah, it'd be cool to see maybe like Inamura and Briggs go to Noah and maybe get a GHC tag title run. Be dope. But what would really be dope is to see Fraxium defend the titles against the Hardys, whether it's on a TNA pay-per-view, Stand and Deliver. That would also be one of the dream matches for Fraxium's tag title run. I don't know who they're going to lose it to. His tag run's been great. Fraxium's been killing it. But goddamn, I do think Fraxium's going to win here, and I hope we do get Fraxium and Hardys down the line.
And MCMG, please. Don't you dare bring
Fraxium MCMG 1,000,000%. Yes, absolutely. That is also take my money right the fuck now.
Come on, man. I just cleaned this table. Now you got it all moist again from your nerdy squirt juice. Come on, man. Oh,
God damn it.
And that's why I hired KESHAWN to be the sanitation guy.
It's like a fucking.
Christian, you got another towel?
Nothing. Keep going.
You got
All right.
another towel, Christian?
Top drawer.
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, folks.
Oh, God, it's so sticky. Why is it sticky?
We're gonna move on. All right, we're gonna move on, folks. First off, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have the NXT Women's North American Championship. The champion, Fallon Henley, defending against Stephanie Vaquer. And I gotta tell you, this is gonna be fun because Fallon Henley, great NXT wrestler. Stephanie Vaquer, well, where she came from, came from Chile, wrestling Japan, wrestling AEW. Actually, wait, no, she was never technically signed with AEW, but still she made appearances. Because at that point, everybody shows up everywhere. But now she's in NXT. She made an appearance at the Royal Rumble a couple weeks ago. That was fun. And, of course, now she's challenging for the NXT Women's North American Championship. And personally, I'd like to see her take it. I'd like to see her take the title. That'd be great. No disrespect to Fallon. You've had a great run. But it's time for Stephanie Vaquer to take it. Begin a great new era in 2025 for women's wrestling in NXT. Just as Julia has with the NXT Women's Championship. That'd be fun. So, I'll start off with Steep. Your thoughts on the NXT Women's North American Championship match?
I don't really have much to say, honestly. I was excited for Fallon when she won the title, especially breaking away from, Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs, and I thought that a lot more would happen. I think she's been, improving a lot, especially with that stable that she had going on. As far as this match, with the help of her crew, I see Fallon retaining.
All right. Beast Mode, what's your thoughts on the Women's North American title match?
This could go one of two ways. I am leaning towards the latter because I'll get to the ladder here in a minute. And I don't like ladders because I'm scared of heights, but we're still going to get to it. The first way I can see it happening is Stephanie Vaquer wins. And I am super here for that. I love Vaquer. She's dope. I think she deserves the North American title. And Fallon's had a decent reign, and I do think it's time. I would 100% be here for that. But I would more be here for the latter option. The latter option is Fallon retains, and then following this loss, Stephanie Vaquer turns heel. And we get heel Vaquer versus face Julia at Stand and Deliver for the NXT Women's Championship, and Vaquer takes the title off Julia.
Like where this is going.
Are you cooking,
You're cooking.
Hey, that's a pipe dream. That's what I want. I'm totally here for Vaquer winning the North American title. I think she deserves it, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
it's
goddamn.
I guess you have a good point when you say it's a pipe dream. What exactly is the pipe here?
True, you're right.
I mean,
and I'm probably smoking crack, even though I'm straight edge. But like, dude,
I
I
mean,
would
you're
like
right.
to see. I would like
then
to see.
again,
Yes.
then again, we're all dudes here, so we all have pipes.
Hey now. Fucking, I would like to see Vaquer lose here and then turn heel and then challenge Julia for the women's title to stand and deliver and take the title off her. Because I think that would be a better crescendo for Vaquer, but I mean that's just me. I'm here for either way though. I would just prefer to see Vaquer lose here and then get the women's title to stand and deliver.
Alrighty. KESHAWN, as soon as you're done cleaning up anyway, what's your thoughts on the women's North American title match?
I'm hyped for. I'm sort of hyped for it. Sort of hyped for this. I mean, I quickly became a fan of Stephanie Vaquer and heel Fallon Henley. I'll just say she's doing her best. She's trying. But I just can't buy her as a heel. You know what I mean? I get it. She's trying. Don't get me wrong. She's trying. I'm not knocking that. But her as a heel is just, I don't know. Something just seems off. Especially with this knockoff fucking Toxic Attraction. But don't get me wrong. I love Fallon. She's dope. But her as a heel, I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as who I think is gonna win, yeah, I think Stephanie Vaquer is gonna take this.
All right.
And what? Before we move on, I have to say, to my woman, who I know for a fact is watching this, she feels so called out by Fallon Henley once because I don't know if y'all remember, but she said this one thing to Tiffany Stratton, and that's exactly what my woman would say when she would see someone talking to me or someone pissed her off. You know exactly what I'm talking about. She's like, "So Tiffy, yeehaw, bitch."
All right, that's fine. That's cute.
I love you. If you're watching this, I love you.
She's probably not watching, but go ahead. All right.
She probably is.
I mean,
Mike.
why would she be watching? She spends all the time with you anyway.
Yeah, but I'm on YouTube now.
Fair point.
I'm in a podcast now.
That's fair. All right, TYLORE, your thoughts on the women's North American title match?
I'm intrigued to see how this one plays out. We've got Stephanie Vaquer having to take on Toxic Attraction 2.0. This time it's personal with Fatal Influence over here. And look, believe me, Fatal Influence has been an interesting idea. Basically trying to rekindle the magic of Toxic Attraction, but it's just not the same. Like, it really just isn't the same. Like, I don't know. I think they would have been better off getting Gigi and maybe re-signing Mandy to fully bring the band back together, but look, I can see why they decided not to do it, but what do you expect? Now, Stephanie Vaquer, on the other hand, she's been brilliant ever since her arrival to NXT. Like, I think this is the first time we're really talking about her on the podcast. Well, I don't think I was here for Forbidden Door sort of thing. I don't know if we did Forbidden Door, but yeah, I gotta say, Stephanie Vaquer has been brilliant. One of the best competitors on the NXT roster, and in general, I'm intrigued to see how she goes forward, but I feel like Vaquer is going to get a NXT Women's Championship shot, most likely at Stand Deliver, so I'm going to go with Fallon for this one, but I will say this much. In terms of who I think would beat Fallon, I imagine Jordynne Grace would be the one to beat Fallon. I feel like that's the option that makes more sense to me than giving it to Stephanie Vacour, because I think Stephanie Vacour is much more perfect for the NXT women's title scene more than the North American title scene. But that's just me on that one. But yeah, I've got Fallon winning there.
All right. Leo, your thoughts on the women's North American title match?
I mean, I expect it to be at least a good match. I enjoy Fallon's in-ring work, and I've become a huge fan of Stephanie Vaquer in the last year. As to who's winning, I can see either side. Like the argument is up in the air. Like, I can see Fallon retain. I can see Stephanie winning. I think for this case, I would say the chase would be better than just immediately winning. Similar to that what Julia went through when she debuted, like losing her first shot at the women's championship and then waiting a couple months to win it on her next try. I think that'll be better for Stephanie at this point in time. So I'm going to say that Fallon is going to retain with help from Fatal Influence, but I can see down the road like a rematch happening where Stephanie could actually win it with maybe some backup to fight off Fatal Influence. So I'm going to just say Fallon retains by cheating.
All right. And of course, heel Balor, your thoughts on the women's North American title match?
This honestly,
and we're out of time.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
I always love doing this. Honestly, this spot should be where Zarya should be. This really, in my opinion, should be where Zarya should be. I don't mind that Stephanie Vickers in this position. That's fine. But I really do think Zarya, Delta, whatever you call her, she's in the tag division with Soruka. She should be on her own, some of that. This should be her spot, in my opinion. She should be the one chasing and beating Fallon Henley for this championship. Nothing against Stephanie Vickers. But Stephanie, as you boys have been saying, and I do agree, Stephanie should be in the women's championship picture. I understand why. I understand it's a little bit crowded up there. I do understand that. But I believe that this is where, personally, I would have put Zarya is in this position with Stephanie Vickers against taking on against Fallon Henley. Now, off that topic, who do I think is winning? I think that Stephanie Vickers is taking the championship. Not against Fallon, but I'm not really feeling this championship run. I'm not. Against nothing at all. I am personally just not feeling this championship run. Her as a heel, I'm with KESHAWN. It just doesn't feel natural-ish. I can't boo her if that makes any sense. Like, I really can't. It feels a bit forced, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I know they're just trying to recreate Toxic, which, again, TYLORE said best. It will never happen. No matter how hard you try, Sean, it will never, ever happen. You will never create Toxic Attraction. Well, still, whoever said it, just like whoever said it was TYLORE, whoever said it, you will never recreate Toxic Attraction. Now, again, off that.
KESHAWN was so offended.
Sorry.
Recreate Toxic Attraction. What are you talking about?
sorry. NXT, not that Sean.
Sean.
Anyways, them trying to recreate Toxic, which is just not really working out for me. JCJ honestly should be champion. Aren't you the one that recruited these people? And you're gonna let these two step all over you and take the title that technically you should be holding? But let me not go on a long tirade. Long story short, I think that 72nd of the championship. I do like the idea that Beast threw out of Stephanie losing, turning heel. Now, granted, that could happen. But I do think giving Stephanie the title now, just do it, get it over with, honestly, and just put the title on Stephanie Vickers and see what she can do with it. And then maybe you could have Delta face Stephanie Vickers and take the title. I just personally think this is where Zarya should have been. That's just my opinion. Zarya should have been in this position because she came in, and stuff like that. I understand you have to wait. I understand that, but this is where I think Zarya should have been. But besides that, I think Fallon Henley is going to lose the championship. You're great. You're amazing. You're a good wrestler. But your reign as champ, I'm not feeling it. It's not for me. So I'm going to go with the new champ. I got Stephanie Vickers taking it.
All right.
Dude,
And
Zarya.
real quick, just a little sidebar. Just something real quick that I just want to get off my chest about Stephanie too. I love Steph, but change your finisher. It's what, a Michinoku driver into an Ushigoroshi for somebody that was in Japan and I believe AAA as well. Girl, you need something a little bit more impactful, like something more like dump somebody on their head. Like, come on, like that's like a neck breaker, a glorified neck breaker. Like, come on, change it up just a little bit. That should be a SIG, maybe, but your finish, I don't know about that.
I mean, you got to admit it's a lot better than whatever the fuck Mercedes Moné does.
That is fucking atrocity. Oh my god,
That is an abomination.
That backpack something. Anyways,
Will, it's funny that you mentioned Zarya because
Yes, sir.
the people that haven't noticed, or maybe they just don't give a shit. Either way, I'm gonna bring it up anyway. Does her theme sound familiar to anyone else? It should, because that was fucking Cross's theme song when he was in TNA.
The second I heard that theme, I'm like, that's Killer Cross's TNA theme. I was like, shit, let's go.
Oh my god! I hope she keeps that song on the main roster, and she's on the same brand as Cross, just so Cross can be like,
I mean,
fuck is that?
assuming Karrion doesn't also get released.
Nah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna get released.
I don't see him getting released because right now he's playing kind of like a devil's advocate kind of character.
Yeah,
All right.
he's one of Triple H's pet projects, so yeah.
Well, here's the thing. He just hasn't been impressive.
Yeah, sure, he doesn't really win, but
Or
kind
do
of think
anything.
of this. A lot of the people he's feuded with have turned heel like within the following like year. And then
All right. Folks, actually, if that's against Karrion Kross, let's have him talk to John Cena and Bianca Belair, see what happens then.
Fair enough.
Anyway, next match, the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship. We mentioned Julia. She's the champion, defending against Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, and from the main roster, Bayley. This has been a while. This was initially supposed to be a triple threat with Julia, Bayley, and Roxanne. However, Cora Jade is back in the mix, folks. And now it's time to see which one of them is going to be heading into WrestleMania weekend in Vegas with the NXT Women's title. Heel Balor, I'll start with you. What's your thoughts on the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's title?
Very interesting mix of talent in here. Very interesting mix of talent. That's all I'm going to say on this one. I'm really looking forward to it. Julia has a big heel to climb with this match. She's retaining, obviously. She's not losing. The big story in this, Julia's not really the focus in this match to me. The main focus for me is between Roxanne and Cora Jade. That's the real conflict that's really in this match. The storyline of, like, can they exist? Can they coexist? Obviously, now it's like Cora Jade is done with Roxanne Perez now. Of course, in my opinion, legendary run as champ. So proud of her. And I'm looking forward to this match. Bayley being there is very interesting, them bringing down some main roster talent to feud with the NXT kids, which is great. That's my nickname for the NXT talent, the NXT kids. It's amazing. I freaking love it. It's very cool, seeing Bayley back in her old stomping grounds. Really wish this was black and gold, but it's all good. I still love this version of NXT. But Bayley being back in her old stomping grounds at NXT has been very good. She's been doing very well since she's been back for a while. I don't think it's permanent. Of course, you obviously had the feud with Roxanne and Bayley as well, which potentially could lead to WrestleMania. Please sign me the fuck up for that, please. But besides that, Julia's been doing pretty good as champ. I mean, she's been doing pretty good as champ. I've been enjoying it so far. I know it just started, but so far so good in my opinion. Who's winning? Julia's winning. The big story, like I said, is between Roxanne and Cora, and obviously Roxanne and Bayley. I like Julia, but she's kind of an outsider in this match. That makes any sense. She's champ heading into it. She's retaining, but the big story coming out of this is what is Cora Jade and Bayley, or Cora Jade and Roxanne going to do in this whole storyline with that? We have so many storylines heading out of this match, so it'd be very interesting. Julia, we don't know what's next for her, but she's obviously retaining in this match. I'm looking forward to it. This is one match of the night I'm really, really looking forward to, because myself and Beast's girls are in. Roxanne and Julia are in this match, so I'm looking forward to our faves clashing once again. And the mix of Bayley being there as well and Cora Jade, got a good mix in there as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Leo, I'll go with you next. Your thoughts on the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's title.
I'll be honest, this whole rivalry has mostly just been Bailey and Roxanne. Like, Cora was just kind of lopped in the last, 2 weeks. And Julia's just kind of been there. Which is sad, considering she's the champion, but she's kind of just caught in the crosshairs of everything. But, I'm intrigued. I expect this to actually be the match of the night out of all the matches. And I expect, in the end, Julia's going to retain because that's the only logical outcome.
Ready. So, KESHAWN, I'll go with you next. Your thoughts on the 4-Way for the women's title.
It's pretty much what Leo said. In my opinion, fucking Roxanne and Bailey shouldn't even been involved in this match. They should have just had a one-on-one match. But other than that, and besides Cora Jade, who's literally just there. And this whole thing fucking confused me because one week they were friends. They were friends literally got weeks ago, and now they hate each other again, and it's just fucking confusing the shit out of me. But other than that, let's just address the elephant in the room. Julia's obviously gonna win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's going over because why would she lose already?
Her point indeed. All right, TYLORE, your thoughts on the women's title match.
Believe me when I say this, but this is definitely one of the more complicated stories going into this pay-per-view, and for very good reason, because there's a lot of things intertwining here that do have a lot of sense to it. I mean, let's go over the individual competitors here. Julia, brilliant title reign so far. She has been fantastic ever since her arrival to NXT, which, funny thing was, I predicted that she would be arriving to NXT on the Heatwave episode that we did. When we were talking Heatwave, I talked about Julia coming in. And at that time, I thought she would be coming in around Heatwave, but I think it was wise for them to have waited until No Mercy, because now she's basically the face of the women's division, which makes sense. She's brilliant. She is one of the absolute best female competitors in WWE currently, and god damn, she is amazing. Roxanne Perez, the former champion, looking to get back the championship, which she feels she has earned, even though, well, she was a bit screwy with her matches sort of thing. But yeah, gotta admit, I'm intrigued to see how this plays out, because this is probably going to be one of Roxanne's last matches in NXT. In fact, I have a feeling this might be her last match in NXT, if I'm going by what could be happening in the near future. So, very much, I could see this as being Roxanne's swan song from NXT. Cora Jade. A little while ago, she was looking at Masha Slamovich in the TNA Knockouts title thinking, I would like to get myself a world title. And now, she's in a Women's World Championship-related match, because, well, it is a world title sort of thing. And it's for the women, so there you go. But obviously, it's not for the Women's World title, but you get the idea. Plus, then again, if Cora went after Rhea, Cora would be immediately done for. But, yeah, honestly, Cora's whole run so far since her return has been pretty interesting, I'd admit. The whole, bringing back the whole Team 2001 act, and now we're seeing the breakup of it as Roxanne preparing to go to the main roster thing. It's pretty interesting to see how that dynamic's going. And then you throw in the added wrinkle of Bailey. To be honest, I never thought I'd see the day where Bailey would come back to NXT, because, geez, for the longest time I said, oh, Bailey needs to go back to NXT. She needs to go back to NXT. But I never thought they would actually do it. But they did. They finally did it. And so far, this has been paying off very well. Having Bayley come in being like, hey, you need a little bit of mentoring. But Roxanne's like, no. I don't need mentoring. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how it plays out. I think, in terms of who I think is going to win, it's going to be Julia. It has to be Julia. Because, well, it's the option that makes the most sense, realistically. And plus, if you think about it as well, Roxanne's about to get called up. She's got an Elimination Chamber qualifier coming up. Bayley, I believe, is already in the chamber. So, fact of the matter is, yeah, I think this has to be Roxanne's swan song from NXT. And while I do see Cora sticking around in NXT for a little while, I think sooner rather than later, Cora will be called up too. So, yeah, but overall, I'm giving it to Julia.
All right. And Beast Mode, your thoughts on the women's title match?
This four-way is going to be so fucking sweet. I also have Julia going over, but I also think that Cora and Roxy are going to start feuding after this, and that is also going to lead to a match of Stand and Deliver. I think it is high time that we have a Cora Jade Roxy feud. Their dichotomy together has been okay. I'm very much looking forward to seeing them stand across the ring from each other. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Julia, I definitely have going over. That's my girl. Not only am I biased, but I also just think it's going to happen. And I would like to see her hold that title until Stand and Deliver, where, like I said previously in the show, I think she should lose it to Stephanie Becker.
All right. And Steve, finally your thoughts on the women's title match?
You know, this has been an interesting turn of events because it's like mainly this has been between, you know, what a bunch of other people said about Bayley and Roxy, and it's like, you know, you have Cora and Julia that are just like there. But I will say this is much more of one of those anticipated matches because of the level of talent that's in this match, and you know, the most logical, realistic outcome I see happen is Julia retaining.
All right. Y'all ready to talk the main event?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell, yeah.
Oh, hell, yeah. All right, folks. Yes, the main event is a triple threat match for the NXT Championship. The champion, Oba Femi, defending against 8-Town Down Under. Yeah, literally 8-Town Down Under, the triple threat
All
match.
day.
Austin Theory and Grayson
Say
Waller.
so and lay low.
Yep. So that's going to be very interesting. This whole deal is like people wondering, when's the face turn for Austin Theory going to happen? And when are these guys going to finally feud? Remember the time when last year was going around, we're like, okay, they've lost the tag titles. They're going to feud. No, they did not. Actually, I think people thought they were going to feud even before they won the tag titles at WrestleMania 40. And it didn't end up working. Yeah, pretty much. And so, now, here we are. It's every man for himself for the NXT Championship. Time to see where the loyalties truly lie. So that's why I figured if this is 8-Town Down Under, how about let's start from the devil, with the devil from Down Under. TYLORE, your thoughts on the NXT Championship main event?
Wait, TYLORE, you're from Australia?
You didn't know that?
No, yeah, I did, yeah. That was a joke.
Where do you think it was from? Scotland?
Yes.
Nah, he probably thought he was from North.
Old.
Nah, he probably thought he was from North Korea or something. Anyways, go ahead, TYLORE.
We made it back.
I gotta tell you, this has been probably my most anticipated match of the show, and this came out of nowhere. I don't think anyone expected this to be the main event of Vengeance Day, but not gonna lie, I am so happy that it is, because, well, it furthers many different storylines. Obviously, it furthers Oba Femi's title reign and how he is growing as essentially NXT's new top monster. Like, you do not want to mess with Oba, and well, Waller and Theory, they just messed with Oba. This also furthers the whole dissension within 8-Town Down Under, which is a little surprising to me because they've been one of the best tag teams on the main roster since they started teaming. And I'm surprised how they might be looking to break them up. But you know what? I can understand why you would do it. I mean, personally, bias aside, I would prefer it to be a heel Austin Theory and a face Grayson Waller. But if they did the opposite, I'd be fine with that. I've got no issue with that. However, it also furthers another interesting story. Grayson Waller's odyssey over the NXT Championship, because he has been fighting for opportunities to win that belt for the longest time. And funny thing is, this whole odyssey of Grayson going after the title was what got me back into NXT. After all the 2.0 BS and sort of thing, finding out that Grayson Waller won Iron Survivor and was getting a shot, finding out that one of my countrymen is going after a world title and potentially could be the first Australian to win a world title in WWE, man, I was so damn happy about that happening. And look, I'm sad that we did not get a Grayson Waller title run, but believe me, that day will eventually come. But not this time. Not this time, folks, because we are building Oba as a star. We are building Oba to be the dominant force in NXT. And believe me, there's a lot of people on the NXT roster who could match Oba in terms of power, strength, and that kind of thing, but you know we are building to the rematch at Stand and Deliver, Oba Femi, Trick Williams, NXT Championship. You know that is going to be the case for Stand and Deliver. So I'm going to give it to Oba Femi here, but good Lord, I am excited to see how this match plays out, and I'm intrigued to see how it furthers all those little stories I mentioned.
And that, folks, is how you get it done.
And also, I don't know if y'all know, but I think TYLORE might be happier than I am when the Eagles beat the Chiefs on Sunday in the Super Bowl, because Jordan Mailata, one of our old linemen, is officially the first ever Australian player to start and win in the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah!
Ta-da! More history made, folks.
I don't know about y'all, but I have just received word that TYLORE is indeed Australian.
Yes, that is correct.
Anyways, Steve, you're next. Your thoughts on the NXT Championship main event?
Oh, I absolutely love this. You know, I've been a fan of Oba ever since first time in NXT. I've been following Austin Theory since 2017, his days in Evolve, and I've seen Waller and all this stuff in PWA, so all three of my faves involved in this match. I couldn't ask for anything else. Frankly, I don't really have a specific person I would want to win. Honestly, preferably, I would rather go to someone from A-Town Down Under, especially Waller, since, you know, he didn't win, you know, the NXT title during his time in his NXT days, and as much as I really wanted him to, you know, hold singles gold while he was in NXT. So if I had to pick one preferably, I'd want it to be Waller, but logically, the realistic thing happening is they're both going to get eaten alive by Oba.
Most likely, yeah. All right, Heel Balor, your thoughts on the NXT Championship main event?
The dynamic between Theory and Waller has been very interesting. You know, the tease that we just saw this past week on NXT, you know, them bickering and stuff, it was all a trap for the champion. It's going to come back to bite them both in the ass because Oba Femi is going to retain. But the big story in here is, like, how are Theory and Waller going to break up? They're actually going to beat each other up in that ring. You know, of course they are. It's going to come into blows pretty soon between the two. Now, I don't want to see A-Town Down in a breakup because myself and my fellow loser Steve are big fans of A-Town Down. Like, we're big fans of Theory and Waller. We both cried when they won the tag titles. We were pissed off when Theory lost the Money in the Bank cash-in. You know, Waller was my favorite heel in NXT, and, you know, these boys can attest to it. Waller was my favorite heel to hate.
I wonder why.
There you go. Theory, I've been a fan of Theory since his Evolve days in 2018, and been following him ever since. You know, became tag champ, United States champ, much to Money in the Bank, and all that kind of stuff. And he's really grown into his own. And I'm very proud of him how far he's come. Grayson Waller, proud of him as well, man. Took me a while to warm up to him since the heel run, all that kind of stuff, but he won me over a few years ago, and I'm very happy for it. Oba Femi's great too. He went to college here in my state. which is pretty cool. So roll tide, by the way, freaking awesome, very happy. But honestly, man, I like all three of these guys. Me being a big fan of Theory, though, I would really want him to get the win. It's not going to happen. I know him or Waller's not winning. It's basically the story between those two breaking up, with tag teams of myself and Steve's favorites breaking up nowadays. It's not happy because AEW just broke up freaking the Acclaim. So fuck that shit.
Screw that.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Oh, and
No more scissoring.
Yeah, no more scissoring. That's bullshit. Oh, and by the way, Vengeance Day has a very, very bad history with me because usually during Vengeance Day, bad things happen to people that I like. For example, in 2021, Finn Balor faced off against Pete Dunne. Of course, you all know after that, Balor was turned on by Adam Cole, and then they broke up the Undisputed Era.
Hey, yo.
What's up?
You say he was turned on by Adam Cole?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know.
Damn you, Cole!
So
I get it. Adam Cole's a pretty attractive
All
guy.
right,
but
continue. Let's keep moving forward.
okay, you get was the breakup of Undisputed Era was around that time. The year after that, they broke up Toxic Attraction, which pissed me the fuck off. You had JC Jane throwing Gigi Dolan through the door on the Ding Dong Hello, all kind of stuff. The year after that was what was it? Was it Trick Williams and Mello? Trick and Mello?
Yeah, Trick and Mello broke up in 2024.
Okay, that one really didn't affect me because I'm not a big fan of Trick Williams. Plus, I love Mello, so that didn't affect me. This one here, they're going back to the old tropes. We're like, hey, let's get him again. So let's break up A-Town Down Under because, all right, let's see what they can do. So, yeah, Oba being champ, by the way, has been pretty good. I personally would have him hold the title for a pretty long time, have him break the record. Man, guys, I really don't think that's going to happen with a certain somebody who just arrived at NXT last night, who is absolutely great, and he's good.
We're talking about the same guy who was bullied by Ryback that one time, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the guy gets the face dance. You know, the face dance, the ice cream pose. Like,
Hey, at least he finally got that. At least he finally got that piece of food out of his ear.
True, very true.
I don't know.
Oba Femish retained the championship, but the big story here is like between Waller and Theory. How are they going to break up? How's the breakdown going to be? And for all we know, Oba Femi could stack them both up and pin them, which would set me off, but I definitely could see it happening. Oba Femi's retaining the NXT championship, but like I said, the big story between Waller and Theory. So there you go. Champs retaining.
All right.
There you go. Just Raytown Down Under.
Indeed. All right, Leo, what's your thoughts on the NXT Championship main event?
If I can be perfectly honest, as soon as this match was announced, I lost all care because I saw it for what it was. This is just a placeholder feud for Oba going into Stand and Deliver. It's an obvious he's going to retain. Because, like, come on. Like, Wall and Theory, like, one of them beating Oba to become NXT champion, like, come on. Like, that to me is, like, it was obvious from, like, 100 miles away. It's not happening. Like, Oba is going to kill both of these. There's going to be teases of of Waller and Theory, like, going to turn on each other. Like, do I think it's going to happen? Honestly, like, it's like 6 months too late. Like, they should have turned on each other like back in like August or September. But,
You may have a good point on that because after all, how long did it take for Carmelo and Trick Williams to break up?
This one I'm not fine with.
I don't know. It took like 4 months.
Yeah, a long time. Basically, longer. It was long overdue.
So,
yeah, but either way, like that, like the who's winning this match is now what interests me. What interests me is what could happen after the match.
Oh yeah,
because we've been getting these cryptic vignettes of these like 4 individuals just silhouetted by one light.
Yeah.
And they've been leaving these little cryptid like messages like from the to NXT like these weeks that we're like, wonder what this could be. And is who these 4 individuals are, like, I have a couple ideas, but I want to wait and see.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right. And of course, KESHAWN, your thoughts on the NXT Championship match?
Man, where do I even begin? Okay, so this match, this is pretty much what Leo said. It's pretty much just a placeholder until Oba's next fucking title defense. So, basically, this is really just a fucking angle disguised as a match. And so, and with me, as far as A-Town Down Under breaking up, I just don't give a shit about it anymore, man. It's been going on for way too long, dude. Like way too long. If you ask me, it should have been ended. Like they should have been broken up. But if you ask me, they should have ended like when fucking Grayson just started leaving Austin Theory and sent to get his ass kicked basically and set him up for these matches, knowing that he couldn't win. And they should have broke up when fucking Austin Theory he should have called him out when fucking Grayson Waller pretty much let them to get fucking murdered at the hands of that crazy bastard Jacob Fatu. and as far as Oba, what's up?
I was just agreeing.
But as far as Oba, he's killing this. He's been killing it for a while, and his title run, it's been all right. It's been okay so far. But again, like Leo said, this is pretty much just a placeholder feud for him until he faces someone else. But for me, obviously Oba's winning. Oba's gonna win because these types of matches where one heel tag team, they always say we're both gonna go for the same championship. And it's not gonna matter who wins because they're coming to us. Yay! That never fucking works. That never works. It never does. And as far as that track that I'm gonna betray you. No, why would you say that to me? No, it's your fault. And then they beat down the face. I've seen that shit way too many times to be affected by it anymore in my years of watching wrestling. So that right, even if it wasn't already obvious, yeah, A-Town Down Under, yeah, they're not going over. They're losing this shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And finally, of course, Beast Mode. Your thoughts on the NXT Championship main event?
I also don't really give a shit about the match itself. Again, it is definitely a placeholder. It's definitely a vehicle to just get Oba another title defense, and maybe to help further the breakup between A-Town Down Under. Oba's definitely going over, abso-fucking-lutely. And one of two things I believe could happen after the match. One is we get the turn, which again, also, it is far too late. The iron isn't hot anymore. They should have struck when it was hot. They can definitely reinterest me down the line if they make it, worthy and watchable. But goddamn, it is way too late. But hey, better late than never. I do think Theory should turn on Waller. And I do think like their matches are going to be good. The rivalry is going to be fun. But goddamn, it is definitely way too late. And I'm excited to see what they can do. And TYLORE seeing his future, or not his future, his fellow Scotsman in there tearing it up with Theory.
He's Australian, you moron.
Wait,
Yeah,
TYLORE's Australian?
I'm the Scottish one here.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, you're right.
My father is literally Scottish.
Hey, man, you know what? I had to do the bit again. So, yeah, I do think the rivalry is going to be good. That's A. B is we get a tease of the breakup, and then we get the debut of those 4 mysterious figures. I initially, before they were, I don't want to say revealed because they haven't been revealed yet, but before we saw the silhouettes of the group, I thought it was going to be Sami Callihan and it was going to be a TNA invasion. But when I saw the silhouettes, I did some digging with Will and Steve, and we found out that one of them is the former Lucky Ali, who wrestled in DPW. If you haven't seen any of Lucky Ali's stuff, definitely look him up. He is talented as a motherfucker.
Who the fuck?
And the other three, I forget who they were, but they all, I believe, are like, not ID Town, not WWE ID, the other one.
Who the hell? I'm sorry to interrupt, but who the hell has a wrestling
LFG.
I was about to say, who the hell has a wrestling name named Lucky? That's what the fuck.
Yeah, Lucky Ali. Yeah, he's dope. He's good. He's very, very talented. Yeah, I forget like what like new thing they're a part of. They're like one of the I mix up, huh?
LFG.
LMG.
Yeah, LFG.
Oh, LFG. Okay. See, WWE has all this fucking bullshit, right? Like what? Like fucking WWE ID, WWE LFG. Like, bro, I feel like I'm on LSD right now. Like, fucking.
You're on
Way back
that-
above even.
Yeah, yeah. Like, there's a lot of shit, and I'm just like, guys, like, pump the brakes. I'm an old man. Explain it to me. Like,
You're in your 20s.
yeah, like I'm excited to see what the group's gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna get after the main event. It's either gonna be the turn or the debut of the new group. Either way, I'm excited, and either way, I'm gonna call it Takeover. Takeover Vengeance Day on my birthday is looking stacked as fuck.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our predictions to NXT Vengeance Day.
Hey, Christian. One more thing before we wrap it up about the mysterious group. I do think there's a person behind the mysterious said group. I really do think they have a leader-ready motive for being in the company, for being in NXT. And I think it's a newly released talent. And no, he was not absolute. He's a walking weapon is all I'm going to say.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Josh Alexander?
Yeah, because I want you to remember this. He officially becomes a free agent on the 15th, the same day as Vengeance Day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can fuck with it.
And besides, one of the silhouettes looks like a bald head with a beard. So
If it's Josh Alexander, fuck yeah, okay,
He's gonna
I'm
have
with
an-
it.
He's gonna have
I
yet
vibe with
another
it.
nerdgasm.
So they debut him here? Or they can wait until
why not debut him here?
I am not going to clean up his
I'm
dirty squirt juice again.
Pace.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our predictions to NXT Vengeance Day taking place this Saturday. Hope everybody's enjoying a great Valentine's Day, of course. And as we all said, this is your first time on the podcast as an official member of the Losers Lounge. I hope you're feeling great.
Dude, absolutely, man. Like, I'm gonna say this one last thing before we get out of here. It's been a pleasure being a guest on the podcast multiple times, and now it is an absolute pleasure being an official member of the crew, being an official member of the Losers Lounge podcast, man. I can't wait to be on a lot more shows going forward. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's gonna be dope as hell. And yeah, goddamn, man, I'm super pumped for my birthday for multiple reasons. Because one, it's my birthday, and oh my god, I'm gonna be 23. Nobody likes you when you're 23. Blink 182 reference, by the way. And Vengeance Day is looking stacked like a motherfucker. So I'm very much happy, very much excited for that. I'm happy to be a part of the crew, man. Thanks for having me, man. This is fucking legendary. I'm over the goddamn moon.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, I got one more thing to say too about this whole A-Town Down Under not breaking up shit. They should have taken their own hint. You know what I mean? Like with Bello and Trick. Like you said, it took them like the average length of a Taylor Swift relationship besides Travis Kelce to break them up. They should have been broken up by now. A-Town Down Under, if that's the for that reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was shocked that it's been taken as long as it has been. You know, like I mentioned before, people expected it even before they won the tag titles at WrestleMania.
And that's the thing, stuff like this, the crowd's not really being... Is the crowd going to be invested when said person turns? Now, personally, I would have Waller turn on Theory, because either one would work, honestly. But I would think Theory would be the better face. Waller just fits so much better as a heel. And I think the crowd is ready to cheer Theory. Have them feud, heading into Stand and Deliver. Yes, keep them in NXT. Yes, keep them in NXT for this rivalry, if you're going to do it. Keep them in NXT and have this match of Stand and Deliver. But yeah, either way, it could work out if you decide to do the turn, which if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But like you guys have been saying, it has sailed, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm intrigued to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe me, folks, I tell you, this show is going to be probably one of the most chaotic in the history of NXT, and I'm intrigued to see how it goes. But yeah, it's an honor to be an official member now, and I can't wait to talk even more wrestling when we get the chance, because good Lord, already for like the next few months, there's a lot of juicy stuff we've got.
Yeah, folks, we got Elimination Chamber after this in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, as you guys know, I'll be at Elimination Chamber because it's in my kingdom.
Oh yeah, the
And,
Skydome.
Rogers.
And just a few days after that, I'm gonna be at Friday Night SmackDown on March 7th.
Nice. I will be at SmackDown in Toronto, the Elimination Chamber Toronto, and Monday Night Raw in Buffalo. So, I got 3 consecutive events. And of course, well, after that, folks, well, this actually might depend on a lot of things. But I'll just say this, folks, right now. Don't be shocked if we might not see an episode regarding AEW Revolution due to the fact that a lot of the shit has been just unwatchable.
Oh, believe me.
I'll just say this much. Tony and Mariah are carrying the company. Enough said.
Spraying Ricochet and Swerve.
I've stopped watching AEW fully for 3 years now. I've only watched like 2 episodes last year, and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, when ESPN comes to Disney Plus, I'll probably watch more AEW, but that's not saying much if they mess up the timing for when episodes air. Because believe me, they haven't been airing them live in a while, so yeah.
Oh, can I say one more thing directed to the Kansas City Chiefs and to their toxic fandom?
No.
Ah!
Nope. Because that's the past.
It's still fresh in my mind.
And because I'm one of them.
Oh,
Also, I'm just receiving word that TYLORE is Australian.
Son of a bitch!
motherfucker!
And I'm white.
Okay, that is bullshit.
What the fuck?
Wait, so when do we start recording?
What the fuck? I thought you were green.
What did you just say?
All right.
Wait, when do we start the recording?
Oh my god.
Ow.
Oh my god. Alright, folks. Seriously, though, that is going to conclude this podcast. Hope you guys enjoy NXT Vengeance Day. We'll see you guys again in a couple of weeks for Elimination Chamber. Heel Battler, just get me the fuck out of here.
Alright, we're the losers, and this is our extended lounge. See you in the next one. Peace out.